Hello and welcome to this breakdown video from Worlds Apart. This is something that's slightly a little bit different than what I'm used to doing, so bear with me if you guys like it. I can also always do more. But here we go. So after a brief bit of work, considering we're winding up for our season 2 of Worlds Apart, I thought I'd actually just introduce a couple of the steps along the way while we're actually in production. A couple of things I like to do while I'm working along here. This is our character called Badge. He's a badger of most things, but just focusing, I thought I'd just spend a little time focusing especially on lip sync, as lip sync is one of those things which is incredibly time consuming when we're building up characters. So I thought I'd kind of just run through the way we're planning to tackle lip syncing on Worlds Apart. To start off with, there's quite a few different ways of being able to address lip sync, and the way we're choosing is actually built off of Preston Blair's Phenome system. Now, Preston Blair actually comes from a bit of a history, a bit of a background from Disney and MGM, and he's kind of made up a bit of a standard for lip syncing based more around the sounds or phonemes rather than actually, which is groups of sounds, rather than every specific syllable or letter being produced. This has a couple of bonuses to it that it does make lip syncing a lot quicker because you never really pronounce every letter. When you actually focus on your lips are actually pretty lazy. It's more in the lips and the shapes that make your sounds. So the Phenome system actually works really efficiently. When I was using OpenTunes in our first series, it was one of those things which could easily be automated, where it had a really good breakdown of being able to analyze your audio track and then give you a bass track to work off of, which is what I really like about it. Is that now that we're transferring our production over to Moho and using Moho to work with, Moho also have a similar sort of system. It does not feel quite as robust as what we had in OpenTunes, but it does give you a bass track to work off of when it analyzes the audio and runs through the shapes that you've got to build basically more an open closed shape as a first pass. It always requires then refining after that, but it gives you something to start off with. Now, Preston Blair usually came up. He came out more with shapes rather than sounds. So an A, O, E, U, L, Pwa, Kwa, M, F, and kind of everything else crammed into it. Or a rest shape. Those shapes, those 10 different shapes, really are what Worlds Apart is built off of. All the characters get a similar shape, and what's really cool about doing 2D shapes like this is once you've got a base shape, you can always go in on top of them and then make them more expressive. Depends on the character we've got as well. While some of them, when you turn them around, they're going to have a snout, so the shape's going to have to look different. So we're going to end up building 2 different shapes, the side and the front. But still, inside Moho, you've just got your switches to be able to go, okay, cool, I'm going to switch between this layer and this layer. So we're going to have 2 sets of switches. We're going to have the switch for side and front, and then we're going to have the switch between each mouth shape. And we're going to run through all of them, and they're just going to be on 2 separate switches to run through. It's useful because it does give something quick to start off with. Like Worlds Apart is not completely frame by frame. We try to build it so it is quick and efficient, not building it frame by frame. We're using more cutout animation style. Like we're still aiming for a fairly high quality, which is why I've changed from OpenTunes to Moho. Even though OpenTunes was fantastic at getting us started, I kind of really just like Moho a bit more, especially for its bone system. So that's something else we're going to be building, and we'll probably do a video just on the bone system itself. And now for closing statements. Worlds Apart Season 2 coming soon. Keep your eye out for it. Please like, share and subscribe to follow along with this wondrous story as we create our Season 2. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel. leave us a like and a comment. Love to hear more about anyone who's using Moho, and we look forward to sharing more of the upcoming series soon.